Once a computer or any internet-connected device including mobile phone is infected, you will see a message as you switched on telling you that all of your files like documents, photos, videos, database have been encrypted and no longer accessible. When a file is encrypted, it cannot be read or viewed or listened. In short, the file will no longer be usable unless it has been decrypted back. And the malicious software program continues to advise what actions you should be taking in order to regain access. You are given fixed time to do so. If no action is taken within a given time period, 3 days in our example here, there is strong warning message states that your files will be encrypted forever. As a victim, you are expected to pay the amount stated in a method called Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a type of digital currency in which encryption techniques are used to regulate the generation of units of currency and verify the transfer of funds, operating independently of a central bank. The attacker uses the Bitcoin system because it facilitates the payments to be sent directly to him or her from a victim without the knowledge of a bank or payment gateway. They are sold and bought independently to make payments is required. According to a new research findings by Singapore-based security firm, Group IB, ransomware has exponentially increased by 150% in 2020. The report covered 500 attacks performed in 2020 and pinpointed their most common tactics, techniques and procedures, TTPs, based on the MITRE ATT and CK framework. These attacks targeted at high-profile companies located at Europe and North America according to the Group IB analysis. It was further noted that in 2020 the average ransom demand was $170,000. The ransomware as a service, RaaS, is becoming a dominant, organized multi-billion business model. It contributed to 64% of the attacks under study. Such a large rise in the cyber attacks was mainly due to the major shift in remote working during the current pandemic. The common means of ransomware attacks appear to be phishing emails that contain malicious attachments and website pop-up advertisements. It also uses a remote code execution to exploit vulnerability in computer systems legitimate software like Microsoft. I will provide my recommendations in line with each of the problem as follow. Firstly, my simple straightforward advice is, don't open email attachments unless a sender is on your email contact lists. At this time and age of technology, it is very easier for someone with malicious intent to find your email address in order to bombard you with emails packed with eye-catching headers like delicious foods placed on traps for rats. Traditionally we put delicious food on a trap to attract and catch, and eventually kill a trouble-making rat in our home. If a rat knows a reason behind a delicious food, it wouldn't be attracted and risked its life. We are human beings and have conscious and learn how to make the safe action unlike rat. As long as we are on internet and social media websites, our private details are already there. If anyone finds some of our personal information, it is not that difficult to gain access to the rest. Indeed, our hands get involved in one way or the other to speed up the processes. Therefore, watch out who you are communicating and exchanging conversation with and giving out your private details. Secondly, avoid opening website pop-up advertisement sites because this would pave the ground for online attacks such as ransomware. It is difficult to filter out whether a certain website is dangerous or not unless antivirus and security software is installed on your computer systems including mobile phones. I have come across with some business people who make online transactions but their computer systems are without these crucial software. This is totally unacceptable and wrong in a such cyber-threatening environment irrespective of the volume and frequency of transactions you are making. Please install antivirus software before you are caught up by intruders like ransomware, which would otherwise cost you much more. Thirdly, perform regular updates to the apps and software of the devices like Microsoft Windows and Microsoft Offices among others. Ransomware uses remote code execution to exploit vulnerability in computer systems' legitimate software like those mentioned. Vendors are regularly updating their operating systems and application software to cope up with such ever-increasing security challenges as well as demands from technological advancements. Therefore, it is always the best practice to check website of a vendor for updates and install timely. I put a link for my recommended antivirus from Amazon below on the description to purchase and download. You can install on 10 devices, which is a great value for money even if you are the owner of small business consisting up to 10 devices.